Big Brother. Big Brother is the antagonist of George Orwell's 1984. Big Brother isn't a person, it's a symbol of absolute control. Representing the party, Big Brother exists to oppress and manipulate, rewriting reality itself. The party's grip on society is unbreakable, achieved through constant surveillance, propaganda, and psychological torture. Winston Smith, the protagonist, dreams of rebellion, but is no match for the party's machinery. His mind and spirit are shattered after brutal re-education in the Ministry of Love. By the end, Winston doesn't just obey Big Brother, he loves him. Big Brother's victory is total and terrifying. It's not just about suppressing opposition. It's about erasing the very concept of resistance. The party's power lies in its ability to dominate reality itself, rewriting not only history, but the minds of its citizens. This is not just the triumph of an authoritarian regime, it's the annihilation of hope. Ozymandias is the primary antagonist of Alan Moore's Watchmen. A billionaire genius and self-proclaimed savior of humanity, Ozymandias orchestrates one of the most shocking villain victories in fiction. Set during the height of the Cold War, the world in Watchmen teeters on the brink of nuclear annihilation. Ozymandias believes humanity is doomed to destroy itself unless forced to unite. His solution? Fabricate an alien invasion to create a common enemy. To achieve this, he orchestrates the teleportation of a massive, genetically engineered alien creature into New York City, unleashing a psychic shockwave that kills millions, killing a fraction of the human population to save the rest. What makes Ozymandias so chilling is his absolute certainty in his moral justification. For him, the mass slaughter is a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. Even when confronted by the heroes, he calmly reveals that his plan has already succeeded. Ozymandias' victory is not only complete but unpunished. By uniting humanity through fear, he achieves peace at an unimaginable cost. Even the heroes who uncover his monstrous deception choose to remain silent, unwilling to undo his fragile utopia. Ozymandias achieves his goal and walks away unscathed, leaving us grappling with a haunting question: can evil truly be justified if it saves the world? The Joker. The Joker in The Dark Knight isn't your typical villain. He doesn't crave money, recognition, or world domination. His sole aim is chaos, to prove that even the most virtuous can be corrupted when pushed far enough. Gotham's White Knight, Harvey Dent, becomes his ultimate target. Through manipulation, the Joker orchestrates a series of events that shatter Dent's life. After the death of Rachel Dawes, Dent's fiancée, and a horrific disfigurement, Harvey transforms into the vengeful Two-Face. The Joker's ultimate victory lies in proving his point. Sure, the city was saved, but Gotham's beacon of hope was destroyed, demonstrating that even the most noble can fall into darkness. To preserve Dent's image and the hope he represented, Batman takes the blame for Dent's crimes, sacrificing his own reputation. In doing so, Gotham loses two symbols of justice in a single, devastating blow, but the perception of one remains. The lie perpetuated by Batman further validates the Joker's philosophy. Even honorable men can bend the truth, twisting justice into a lie to maintain order. Gotham's soul isn't saved. It's compromised, left standing on a fragile foundation of deceit. The Lottery. Shirley Jackson's The Lottery introduces us to a small, seemingly idyllic town that gathers annually for a community tradition. On the surface, it appears to be a harmless, even festive event. However, the dark truth soon emerges. The winner of the lottery is stoned to death by the townspeople in a horrifying act of ritualistic violence. Tessie Hutchinson becomes this year's victim. Initially cheerful about the lottery, she turns desperate and protests its fairness when her name is drawn. Her cries for mercy are ignored as her neighbors, friends, family, and even her own children pick up stones and brutally carry out the ritual. What makes the story so chilling is the collective complicity of the townsfolk. The lottery is not questioned, it simply is. The townspeople cling to this tradition, blind to its cruelty, because it has always been done. The story's victory is not one of a single villain, but of societal conformity and complacency. The true horror lies in the fact that no one thinks to resist or question the established, leaving the cycle of violence unbroken. The pigs. The pigs in George Orwell's Animal Farm begin as revolutionaries, rallying the animals to overthrow their human oppressors. Led by Napoleon, they promise a utopia of equality and freedom. At first, the rebellion appears successful, with the farm running under the animals' collective rule. But as the pigs gain power, their true nature begins to surface. Napoleon, driven by greed and ambition, consolidates control through fear and manipulation. He uses propaganda, delivered by the eloquent squealer, and brute force, enforced by a loyal pack of dogs, to silence dissent. The animals' dream of equality shatters as the pigs rewrite the farm's commandments to serve their needs. Boxer, the hard-working horse, symbolizes the ultimate betrayal. His loyalty and tireless labor are rewarded not with care, but with a trip to the glue factory. Meanwhile, the pigs enjoy luxuries once reserved for the humans, becoming indistinguishable from them. The pigs' victory is absolute. By the story's end, they have betrayed every ideal of the revolution, cementing Orwell's grim message. Damien. Damien Thorne, the Antichrist in the Omen, is a child destined to bring about the apocalypse. Adopted by an unsuspecting diplomat, Robert Thorne, Damien's true nature is masked by his innocent appearance. However, chaos and death follow him wherever he goes, often carried out by his demonic protectors. As Robert begins to uncover the truth about Damien's origins, he learns that the child is not human, but the literal spawn of Satan. Determined to stop him, Robert acquires sacred daggers, the only weapon capable of killing Damien. But before he can act, Robert is killed by the authorities, leaving Damien unharmed. The film's chilling conclusion shows Damien at Robert's funeral, holding hands with the President of the United States, smiling faintly as the camera lingers on his face. Damien's victory is absolute. Evil thrives, hidden in plain sight, ready to wield power and fulfill the biblical prophecy of the apocalypse. John Doe, the antagonist of Seven, is not just a serial killer. He is a self-proclaimed messenger of divine retribution. Each of his murders is meticulously designed to represent one of the 7 deadly sins, a grotesque reflection of what he sees as humanity's moral failings. His actions are part of a larger, horrifying plan to deliver what he believes is a righteous message. Doe's crimes are chilling in their execution. A glutton is forced to eat until his body gives out, and a greedy lawyer is made to carve a pound of flesh from his own body. Each victim is chosen deliberately, with their deaths serving as twisted parables for society's sins. His ultimate plan is revealed in the film's devastating climax. After surrendering to the police, Doe leads Detectives Somerset and Mills to the final act of his masterpiece. He confesses to murdering Mills's wife out of envy and provokes Mills into shooting him in wrath. In doing so, Doe ensures that the final sin, wrath, completes his macabre sermon. John Doe's plan succeeds. In death, he achieves his goal of proving that sin is inescapable, leaving Mills broken and forever complicit in his design. Nurse Ratched. Nurse Ratched is the cold and calculating antagonist of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, written by Ken Kesey. As the head nurse of a psychiatric ward, she rules with an iron grip, using manipulation and humiliation to maintain control over the patients. Her power lies not in physical strength, but in her ability to exploit the vulnerabilities of those under her care. When Randall McMurphy arrives, he challenges her authority, inspiring the other patients to resist her oppressive regime. However, Nurse Ratched is ruthless in quashing rebellion. She isolates McMurphy, punishes him with electroshock therapy, and ultimately has him lobotomized, reducing him to a shell of his former self. Her victory isn't just over McMurphy, it's over hope itself. The ward remains under her control, and her methods of oppression endure. Nurse Ratched represents the crushing power of institutional authority, a system designed to break individuality and suppress resistance. That's it for now. Let me know in the comments which ending you think is the darkest and why. Thanks for watching. Cheers.